Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Recent moves by the Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki to reconcile some suspended dukes in Benin Kingdom, otherwise known as Enigies, with His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedo Kuakpolokpolo Oba Eware II, Oba of Benin Kingdom, appears to have hit a brick wall, as the Benin Traditional Council has set certain conditions which the governor may find very stringent for its participation in the peace process. These conditions, which require the governor to reverse himself on some of his decisions, might be a bit challenging for the governor to implement. As part of his attempts to resolve the lingering crisis in Benin Kingdom between some dukes, otherwise known as Enigies, and His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedo Kuakpolokpolo Oba Eware II, Oba of Benin, the Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki had announced the commencement of peace moves to resolve the crisis when he visited the now suspended Professor Gregory Akenzwa, the Enogi of Ebuabanosa and Abudu, in his home. Governor Obaseki, who has also been accused of masterminding the crisis, warned politicians in the state to stop using the crisis for their selfish political interests.
We want to use this medium to appeal to politicians from all shades to please desist from playing politics with the royal family and the palace.
After the visit to Professor Akenzwa, it was expected that Governor Obaseki would also visit the Oba of Benin, but that is yet to happen. What has happened, however, is that in response to Governor Obaseki's peace moves, the Benin Traditional Council, through its lawyers, Yemi Akinsheye George and Edoba Omorigi, both senior advocates of Nigeria, says that while they are not averse to the peace process, the governor must demonstrate his sincerity of purpose by taking the following actions, amongst other things: the abolition by the Edo State government of the new 7 traditional councils in the state, complete restoration of the statutory financial entitlements of the Benin Traditional Council to the status quo prior to the date of the creation of those 7 traditional councils in Edo South, and the refund of the balance of such statutory financial entitlements of the Benin Traditional Council withheld since that date. They also demanded a clear commitment by the Edo State Governor to avoid further interferences with the internal affairs of the Benin Traditional Institution, as prescribed by Benin customary law, including the established disciplinary processes under the authority of the Omonoba Nedo Kuakpolokpolo Oba Eware II, Oba of Benin. In response to the Benin Traditional Council, the Edo State government, through a statement signed by Chris Nehikare, the Honorable Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, noted that despite the seemingly unhelpful position of the lawyers to the Benin Traditional Council, the state government will continue to explore the path of peace so as to resolve the misunderstandings and ensure the lingering court case is withdrawn and the matter is resolved amicably. The statement, which did not respond to any of the demands made by the Benin Traditional Council, encouraged the Edo people and the public to disregard all sensational statements being propagated for selfish political purposes. However, some Benin people have endorsed the position of the Benin Traditional Council.
I don't know those who advise the executive governor of the state to create those structures he has created. That's an action that he has used to alter the existing structure in Benin. So in my opinion, I will urge the governor to obey the Traditional Council, dismantle it, and maintain the existing structure that is in line with the history of Benin.
Whatever process the governor will take to avail peace, particularly as Edo is looking forward now to an election. We have just a few months. By September, they are electing another government. So that he should take whatever available peace mood to allow peace. Because the kingdom of Benin is higher than the governor's office.
The governor does not have power over that palace. They say, soldier go, soldier come. Barrack remains. That's how that palace is.
In the meantime, suspended Enigies, Professor Gregory Akenzwa, has come under more sanctions as the Benin royal family last week suspended him from participating in any activity connected with the Benin royal family.
Therefore, after a careful review of the facts, the Benin royal family has decided Professor Gregory Duobo Akenzwa is hereby suspended from the Benin royal family for his acts of rebellion against the Benin traditional institution. Professor Gregory Duobu Akenzwa is no longer to participate in any activity connected with the Benin royal family. All members of the Benin royal family are strongly directed not to relate, associate, or engage with Professor Gregory Duobu Akenzwa for as long he remains suspended from the Benin royal family. Oba Atogbe.
In their own response to the entire crisis, the Enigies, who addressed a press conference on Tuesday, the 4th of June 2024, in Benin City, said members of the royal family and the lawyers to the Oba of Benin, who recently issued statements about the planned peace moves by Governor Basaki, were wrong in their positions. The Enigies declared that non-payment of their monthly entitlements and non-installation of Enigies, even after undergoing traditional requirements, were some of the reasons they called for the creation of traditional councils in the 7 local government areas of Edo South. They also welcomed peace initiatives from any quarter.
We welcome the initiative of those who propose an amicable settlement of the dispute and regret that comments by some palace chiefs, some members of the royal family, and the solicitors to His Majesty, so just that it does not all go well for the prospect of peace, but go against the legacy of Oba Adolo, who we know in Benin history and tradition as a champion of conciliation. Finally, we affirm that we stand for peace, founded on decorum, integrity, and justice, which are the hallmark of the values we have in our traditional institution. We are upholders of the tradition of our ancestors, and all we wish to do is to continue to serve our people in humility.
It will be recalled that the genesis of the crisis dates back to 2022, when some Enigies in Benin Kingdom formally requested for the creation of separate traditional councils for the 7 local government areas that make up Edo South Senatorial District and Benin Kingdom. The Edo State Executive Council, under the leadership of Governor Godwin Obaseki, debated the request and approved it on the grounds that it was in compliance with the 1979 Traditional Rulers and Chieftaincy Edict, which stipulates that there shall be, for each local government area, a traditional council. In August 2023, the Edo State government announced the creation of separate traditional councils for the 7 local government areas in Benin Kingdom. As expected, this did not go down well with the Oba of Benin, who promptly suspended the 2 Enigies who led the other Enigies to make the request to the state government. 2 Enigies, Professor Gregory Akenzwa and Chief Edonwoyi Ogegbae, have approached the Benin High Court to challenge their suspension and to seek a judicial pronouncement that only the State Executive Council can suspend them as Enigies. The Edo State government, through a release from the office of its Attorney General, Barrister Oluwole Osaze Uzi, had confirmed that only the State Executive Council can suspend or remove any traditional ruler from office. This scenario has created some kind of traditional crisis in Benin Kingdom. With the elections drawing near and the fact that Governor Baseki has a candidate whom is pushing forward for the governorship position in the person of Asue Igodalo, the governor might just be under pressure to give in to the demands of the Benin Traditional Council in order to secure the votes of most Benin people who form a major voting bloc in Edo State. Will Governor Baseki buckle? Edo State people will find out in the next couple of weeks.
Inside the Niger Delta,